I promise this isn't a clown show.
It's okay. Did you want to do the intro again? We could do it.
Sure.
I mean, why not? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ill-Informed Movie Critiques. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Sunny.
And welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the 1993, or was it 96? 93.
93.
Right? Yeah. I'll get it right one of these times. Okay. 1993 movie, The Rising Sun, based on the Michael Crichton novel of the same name. Yeah, I'd say this is one of my favorite Crichton Crichton novel turned movie. Jurassic Park being the number one, of course. Starring Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes, among other people. Harvey Keitel's in this movie as well. Directed by Philip Kaufman. That's what I was looking for. Philip Kaufman, I guess, is he a well-known director? At the time, I think he was most highly regarded for directing a movie called The Right Stuff, a 1983 movie about the United States space program in the 1960s. I haven't seen it, but things I was reading about it, it looked like it was pretty good. But he's also well regarded as a writer. Wrote has a lot of writing credits for the Indiana Jones movies, in particular, Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, in which he would have worked also with Sean Connery. Also, The Crystal Skull and the Dial of Destiny, which we don't have to talk too much about that, but I mean, I did like his directing in this movie. The novel leaned very heavily into the danger of kind of Japanese incursion into American business, taking over buying up a lot of businesses. Now, this is me reading it, decades later, knowing that was never going to happen, but to me it seemed very alarmist. So I'm glad that Kaufman kind of moved away from that, and I think that the way they wrote Wesley Snipes' character and the way they dealt with the social aspect of blacks with Japanese culture. I mean, they dealt with it a little bit. It wasn't heavily about that, obviously, but it was there, and I felt that it was handled fine. Anyway, I do have this synopsis to get to, but I feel like I've been talking a lot. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Tends to work out.
I'll just give a little bit of my thought on the movie, because you did yours. It feels a little like you can feel its age as far as like cultural awareness. So the things you're talking about,
definitely that.
Yeah, the things you're talking about, I can see how they were trying to kind of clean up the problems that were originally there, like with introducing a new character problem with Wesley Snipes, a new dynamic, and I think that's what you said, like the Michael Crichton raised that point. Is that right?
Yeah, and I could see where you was going with that, because it did make it more complicated. I think they pulled it off though. But I don't know. Did you have a maybe a different opinion?
Just I guess it's kind of like I really like the two actors. Just together, they didn't have that chemistry I was hoping. Like when you see a buddy cop movie, and then there's another dynamic. Yeah, and then there's another dynamic that it's in a cultural setting where your focus is on that culture, and so you're also dealing with that dynamic, and it's not resonating with me. Like they're not really hitting the things that like you kind of want, and but that I want, like that kind of spark that's kind of rolling. So yeah, there's a couple things like that, and also just kind of the spotlight on little Japanese things. I feel like the director didn't get, like, what's an example? Like at one point I don't remember the guy's name. He's the younger guy with the mustache, Japanese guy.
Oh, Ishihara.
Ishihara. He comes in and he's doing an apology, right? And he's giving the actual disc because he went and got the actual disc, and he's giving an apology, and then Sean Connery gets the disc and brings it in, and he explains like, no, he has to do the apology, like it's part of the whole thing, and Japanese culture, that is a very important thing. Like he's being apologetic, but he's also playing this game, and I wish they kind of highlighted those moments more. Like just let it be the focus of the scene instead of it being like through the window you see him apologizing and then he gets a thing. Just those little things, like if you're gonna make the focus be the Japanese culture and like the war and business kind of thing, like it'd be nice to, instead of just it being like a footnote, like an actual thing that they're focusing on.
Yeah. You think a longer movie might have
I don't know if longer. It's more just like the shot choice. For instance, what's his name again?
Ishihara.
Ishihara. He's profusely bowing at one point, and they get a close up of him, and they're tracking his head, and I'm like, that's doing nothing for me. I'm just seeing his head moving. But like if you see him bowing at the hip like this, like profusely, you get what's going on. So these shot choices aren't really resonating with,
Yeah. They could have had like a bow cam where you're seeing like his point of view.
A lot of that feels like small points, but like it adds up, right? Because you're trying to, because the writing clearly is about that. It's Sean Connery showing this young man that these are important aspects, and you're a rookie. You think but this is the truth. Like these little things really matter, and so that's like an interesting dynamic, and it's just kind of thrown in there like, we'll kind of make a point of it, but really making it impactful, I think, would have made that. Because to me, the whole movie is that. It's this older man who's got this experience, and we're going into this world that people don't really know, right? That's the lure of the Japanese business war, that's going on, and the games that are played. You got these spy cameras, and they're, whispering and that time it's like, ooh, they're playing like 4D chess while we're doing checkers, right? And then Wesley Snipes comes in, he's like bumbling his greeting. So there you got the setup. Now let's see the actual details of that war. Like it's a covert kind of thing going on, and Sean Connery's got the scoop on it. Like let that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could see this modern day like being a series, maybe like some kind of thing where you following a different character with each episode. Like I think it'd be interesting if you see it from the detective's point of view, and then Eddie Sakamura dies, and then maybe like the next episode is like showing from Eddie Sakamura's point of view, and like everything leading up to.
Oh,
where he's supposed to.
I was telling Carol that I think this could totally be something redone today. Like I'm not a big fan of remakes, but like the cultural awareness wasn't there at that time. Now it is, and the dynamic wouldn't be there, of course. Like this idea of like Japanese take over that fear, that kind of thing. But there's just like that allure of going into that world, right? Everyone's interested in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it could have had the same feel, or not feel, but like impact of something like just years later, LA Confidential, it's you're in this underworld, right? Like it's good. I know it's just because they're cop movies. This is kind of a similar thing, but like, it could have had that with some stronger directing, I think, because the writing was there, except for some throwaway things. But yeah,
Throwaway things like you have an example?
Ishihara. No, what's his name? Ishihara.
Yeah, Ishihara. I'm pretty sure.
He says something. I don't remember the words. He's like, it was like, as you wish. What's Sean Connery's character's name? Yes.
John Connor.
John.
Oh, by the way, Michael Crichton had Sean Connery in mind the whole time he was writing it. So even when he was writing the novel, so that's why his name's, pretty much the same name.
Yeah, he's like, as you wish, Kana-san, something like that. But the way, like, it's just a throwaway thing. Like, it sounded so, like, insulting Asian trope thing. Like, throwaway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get too far along, I would like to read a little synopsis. Okay, so let me set the scene for you. We open on a group of Marlboro men riding horseback through the desert. As the camera pans out, revealing the television screen, we realize that we're not in the beginning of a Western, but in fact, in the most highly produced karaoke video ever created. Seriously. We are introduced at this time to Eddie Sakamura, singing slightly buzzed and a little off-key with his buddies, as karaoke is meant to be performed. His girlfriend Cheryl watches from the bar, but soon gets bored and walks out, causing Eddie to run out after her. The two have a brief spat, certain veiled threats are made, then they speed off in Eddie's 1998 Ford Focus. I'm not a car guy. Fast forward to later that evening, a gala is underway at the Nakamoto Tower, hosted by the Nakamoto Corporation, who are currently in negotiations to acquire the American tech company Microcon. As the party rages on in the ballroom, Cheryl, Eddie Sakamura's girlfriend, meets with a lover who may or may not be Eddie, we can't tell. They meet in the dark, empty boardroom above. Taking advantage of this moment of privacy, the two lovers angrily practice their MMA holds, which they've clearly been working on for a while. In the course of this very intense sparring match, Cheryl is strangled to death, an act punctuated by the pounding of drums meant to drive away evil spirits. Later that night, Lieutenant Webb, played by Wesley Snipes, is awakened by a phone call from his former partner telling him to hightail it to the scene of a homicide at Nakamoto Towers. En route to the crime scene, Lieutenant Smith swings by a sushi processing plant to pick up Captain John Connery, played by the only actor who could pull off the line, "Hey, hay is for horses." For a bit of background, Captain Connor has been to Japan and knows all the karates. He can also explain important elements of the Japanese culture without sounding like an obnoxious asshole, which is a difficult needle to thread. So the two men arrive at Nakamoto Towers, where they meet up with Lieutenant Graham, Smith's ex-partner and the world's most enduring racist. He is played by Harvey Keitel, aka The Wolf. The three of them ride the elevator to the boardroom, which is packed with Japanese executives standing around looking highly displeased. Lieutenant Smith and Graham go in hot, immediately clashing with Ishihara, the right-hand man of the Nakamoto Corporation's top executive. While the three of them argue, Captain Connor calmly takes charge of the situation as the perceived senior man, or senpai, a term that would be familiar to anyone who watches a lot of anime, or we'll just say anime. Captain Connor works his old man mojo by pretending to scream at Ishihara in order to make Ishihara look good in front of his boss. This favor allows the trio of detectives to investigate the crime scene in earnest. I promise I'm coming to a conclusion. The video footage of the murder eventually leads the team to Eddie Sakamura, who dies in a fiery car crash while evading the police. I did not know a Ford Focus could move that fast. But can the evidence really be trusted? And who is Eddie Sakamura? A playboy with a weakness for loose cars and fast women? A jealous lover with a dangerous temper? Was he a hot-blooded killer or a pawn in a war between rival Keiretsu? Wasn't he the bad guy in Mortal Kombat? If so, wasn't he supposed to be Chinese in that movie? And what does any of this have to do with the congressional vote that will decide the fate of Microcon? Most of these questions will be answered by the end. And as a bonus, we will learn the meaning of the ancient proverb, always leave the cage door open so the bird can return. Spoilers, it means booty. Also, Tia Carrere is in this movie. She's really good. I don't have anywhere to put her in the synopsis, but yeah, could have used more of her. Not just because she looks like Tia Carrere in the 1990s, but also because her character is good and she pulls it off well.
Yeah. Really quick, I meant Usual Suspects, not really Confidential. Like you know, that kind of mystery, and then this, like, you know, oh, it's a trick, you know, like, you know, at the end he walks out and he's not crippled. Those kind of things, like, you know, Eddie's really alive. You know, it could have had some.
Yeah, I feel like as a mystery, I mean, I feel like it didn't rely on any like big reveals. Like Usual Suspect has that moment where everything kind of shifts in your head. You're like, oh wow, Kobayashi porcelain, what? But this one, nothing in the mystery was surprising particularly. I mean, the a-hole guy who mistaken Wesley Snipes for the valet turned out to be the killer. Spoilers, by the way. Oh, by the way, in the novel, so another thing they changed. Ishihara was the murderer, and it ends with him going out onto the balcony and then jumping off the balcony.
Oh.
So, yeah, I like the way this one was hilarious. That Eddie's guys threw I didn't even know his name, fucking dweeb, into the wet cement. It doesn't look like he's that far away from them. He's like, no, we'll never get him out in time.
Yeah, he's a goner.
Like, are you sure? Maybe you try. I mean,
yeah, I keep thinking that too. I'm like, he's just right there. Come on. Oh gosh, they don't have any. There's no contingency plan for if someone falls into cement. Like, what are we gonna do? Yeah.
Take like a board or something and like, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, that cement dries quick. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's dried that fast.
Yeah.
It's like Titanic all over again with Rose on the. It's like, I don't know,
Plenty
Jack.
of room
I don't think
here.
there's any room for you.
Yeah.
Like maybe I could fit all. I don't know. I think that'll void the warranty.
Do you think it was better with him being the one that did it?
It I guess it made it seem less racist.
You think that's what they're going for? Was it?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're trying to soften that blow. Yeah, because I mean, if you kind of make the Japanese the villain in the whole movie, and then in the end they turn out to be the villain, then yeah, it kind of comes off wrong. Yeah, I mean that guy wasn't really. I mean, he was annoying. The guy who turned out to be the killer. I forget what. That's the thing. He's someone important. I forget what they named him. But yeah, it wasn't really a surprise that it was him. That's the other thing that if they could have made a longer movie or make a series out of this, you could follow that guy around for a little while and. I like that
it could get developed further with a remake.
Yeah, I like that they bookended it with the two kind of nerdy guys. You know which guys I'm talking about? Like the guys who walk into the party, they're like, the rule is bow when bowed to.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of right at the beginning, and then right at the end, they're walking out, and they're like, "What's gonna happen to that guy? Oh, he's gonna be staring out a window for the rest
Oh
of
yeah,
his career."
yeah. That's a Japanese idiom too.
Oh yeah,
And that little things like that. So those things like highlight those because what he's saying is that that's that thing in Japan. You don't get fired, you get put next to the window, and that's even
yeah,
more humiliating. Well, I don't know if it's no more humiliating, but it's just the way that they deal with people that they don't like. Yeah, Japanese culture. Japanese will admit it too. It's very dark, right? Like these things,
yeah,
like putting you next to the window, like the suicide forest, for instance. Like these kind of things, they're
yeah,
all, living alone until you die. And I forgot there's a term for these, and then people have to go, and clean this up because no one knows them, and they just died in their apartment. You know what I'm talking about? So these things are
yeah,
so when they say things like he's gonna sit next to the window, like let's explore that, like make it more clear, like the that culture they're coming from. These are heavy things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also I guess it's not really related, but the overwork, the working yourself to death type thing. That's
Yeah.
like worse than Americans. Just like they're expected to, you know, kind of like devote themselves to the company, and a lot of people like end up committing suicide because they're working too hard, or maybe die of heart disease, or whatever. It does make the ending of the novel much more dark, because the guy is like so shamed that he throws himself out the window.
Yeah, and that would fit more in my mind, but anyways, like I was curious. Do you know why he wrote the book? Like what? I imagine he read like a New York Times article about businessmen in Japan and the samurai spirit or something. He's like, I'm gonna write a book about that.
Yeah, it's probably something that I don't know. Maybe like in college or something he heard a lot about or something, or studied up on. Because I mean, by the time this movie came out, like Japan was already kind of going into a decline. Like their big recession was already starting. So I don't know. I don't remember the 1993, but it seems like that. You know, it's not the time to be ringing the alarm bells about the Japanese invasion. It's like the time to realize that like it's probably not going to happen. Maybe he
Yeah.
saw Gung Ho and he was inspired. Yeah. So okay. So I do kind of disagree with you. I thought Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes were an amazing team. Like the chemistry between those two guys. And I think the more times I watch it, the more I feel like that's kind of like the heart of the movie. Like I said, the mystery is nothing really all that spectacular, like the reveal. But I feel like it's not. It doesn't really need to be. I mean, the heart of it is like these guys are. It's just fun to watch them. I guess it's like bickering, and Sean Connery being all wise, and then Wesley Snipes is being annoyed that he. And I feel like Sean Connery is maybe one of the few actors who could have pulled off this character, like it being like a white guy who's a Japanese expert without sounding obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the accent, because Sean Connery also seems foreign to us.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, there's something superior sounding.
Yeah, it's not like just one of the guys who's like, well, actually, the Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I like that they toned down the social commentary. It was one thing that didn't really work in the novel, or it didn't need to be highlighted in the movie. I'm glad that they made a smaller story, more focused on the crime and the guy solving the crime. And I like that Lieutenant Smith's character, Wesley Snipes' character, he kind of, I think more than anyone, he kind of is challenged in this movie because he's early on in his career. This is revealed later. He took some money from a guy during a domestic dispute to look the other way, and there was a reason behind it. I mean, they thought that they were going to be able to get a conviction, and anyway, him and Graham split the money. So he kind of has that in his background, but then he's kind of, I guess, tested in that everyone wants this case closed. They just want this merger to happen. They want the murder to go away, and they just want to pin it on Eddie Sakamura, who they think is dead or whatever. And then once Lieutenant Smith kind of realizes the truth, like they have that scene where they're in Smith's apartment, and then Eddie shows up, and then Lieutenant Graham shows up, and he says, "Hey, you have to turn him over." He's like, "What the heck are you doing? You're protecting this guy." And so he's kind of like standing up to not only him, but like everyone, almost like the entire establishment. It's like all the powers that be want this to go one way, but he's just like standing in the way, saying like, "Nope, not gonna happen." So I thought that was cool, and I feel like a very American kind of like ideal, standing up to power, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate like a lot of the stuff that was going on, like the characters and everything. I just didn't feel that I don't know, like a tension, like a real tension between them, right? That kind of culminates in some moment or something, like Point Break or something, when they're having it out on the hilltop. Do you remember that? Like Keanu Reeves is kind of, I forget.
Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey. Like they're like having a moment at the top of the mountain, and they're yelling at each other. Do you remember that? And they're pushing each other, and it's that night, and they're like talking. Like they're just trying to figure. Anyway, it's like that kind of dynamic where they're like they're buddies at one point. They're kind of pushing each other. They're egging each other on. They're mad at each other like that. I didn't get those feels from this.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess the scenes that I enjoyed. Yeah, I guess since they're both just kind of tremendous actors, that they had good chemistry. But hey, you're right. I guess the story didn't really take him in any particularly interesting direction.
It set it up to too. He's the young, stubborn one, and he tells him to be quiet, right? Only you speak first, and then when I step in, don't say anything. Like there's a lot of setup for like him to break that rule, and then he comes up at one point on the go-kart, or the golf cart, and he's like, "I gotta speak to you," and then Sean Connery just goes like this, and he's like backs up. Like that could have been a moment. So yeah, I just didn't feel those things.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fair. Yeah,
and my thoughts are that they probably didn't want to, like I said, introduce another dynamic, like the white-black dynamic, which was a very hot topic at that moment, right? Like the like black entertainment was kind of really rising at that point, and it was a big thing, and the tension between white and black identity was really big, and they probably just didn't want to go into that. So
yeah. I mean, they did a little bit when Sean Connery said that he was hoping that they'd perceive him as the senpai, and then Wesley Snipes said that wouldn't be anything like master now. Yeah, I can see how yeah, the Kohai Senpai relationship would, somebody like trying to impose that on you would be fucking annoying.
Yeah. But that could have been like I said, those are all setups. That's stuff that could have been used for some great dynamic between them, tension. It just never landed anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that line, it's not like Massey is like, no, it's like, you're the younger one, I'm the older one. That was it. So, I forget.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot to unfold in this movie. It was kind of a small movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just in the spirit of what we've been trying to do, like how Asian American films, or films about Asians in America, are growing up in our years, how they impacted us. And you seem to, did you watch this a lot when you were younger?
I wouldn't say a lot. I mean, there's movies that we watched a lot, and this wasn't one of them. We did have it recorded, so I watched it more than a few times. And I think I bought it a few years ago on Amazon, and I thought I watched it, but as I was watching it more recently, I realized that like I haven't watched this in forever.
So when you were younger, what were your thoughts watching it as far as like relating to it?
Honestly, it wasn't anything deep. I just like, this is, yeah. I like mystery movies. I like crime movies. I don't think it ever occurred to me like why I liked the movie. I mean, it had boobies.
Yeah.
It does have a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a little
weird.
too much for my taste. Like it was like, okay, we've seen this again. What, you gotta replay it for these guys? Now you gotta replay it for these guys? Like, all right, come on, guys. And then we gotta zoom in and analyze it.
Also, the scene with Eddie Sakamura when he's eating sushi off of the lady, and then like the butter.
I don't think that happens, and if it does, like it's gross. Like I don't think people go, oh, that's so sexy. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like something white people think Asians do.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like something Michael Crichton read in, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going to say on Reddit, but it was no Reddit.
I thought it was funny when the cops bust in and the lady that's laying on the floor is screaming, but she doesn't get up. She's like, I got sushi.
Yeah. Yeah, the other girl jumps on top.
Yeah, and I was like, I was thinking, that probably wasn't in the script, but he's like, okay, we have two naked women. Let's make use of her. Like, make her jump on the guy. Why would she jump on the guy? I don't know. Like, she has no stake in the game. Like, she's just there. She's just going to jump on him? Like, why? Because she's naked. Let's just do it.
Just go for it. Because we already paid her, so let's have her do something.
Yeah.
But, and Harvey Keitel in this movie. So I think he was supposed to kind of like be the kind of obnoxious, like racist guy that like obviously see this guy and he's obviously racist and just like, oh, that guy kind of sucks. But also he's just like a really charming actor. So everything that comes out of his mouth is like, it's a really terrible thing to say, but it's kind of it kind of makes me laugh at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as like identity, I think when I remember when we were younger, whenever a movie with Asians come out, it was two angles. They were either the exotic interest or the butt of a joke. In this case, it's exotic interest, but with like more detail, right? Like what is it that makes their world interesting? Yeah, and all these. Subculture, not subculture, like underlying cultural things, right? And so Tia Carrere's character, is an untouchable, and for these reasons, and
because of her horribly mangled hand that goes like this. By the way, So I sometimes wake up with the same deformity if I sleep funny.
Yeah, and it's like they kinked her hair. It's like, oh, she's half black. There are things that I remember when I was young. I was like, oh, those are interesting. Like, like in America, growing up here, white people don't have these cultural things. So it's like part of the allure of that world, and it's interesting to explore it at this angle. So I remember thinking things like that. You can't say certain things, or at least that's what it felt like. You can't say certain things in this environment without tripping over certain things.
Yeah.
And familiar with that enough, just, even with Filipinos, everyone from the outside knows Filipinos is joyful, loud, boisterous, but there's always some underlying thing, and I think a lot of Asians have that, and Japan just happens to have that at the top level.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, so like, just saying the wrong thing, like okay, bow when you're bowed to, right? Filipinos don't have that, but like if you don't accept a gift, or like come eat, and then you don't eat, like there's just little things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think of if. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Japan, I mean, they realize that you're a foreigner, and if you're gonna do things differently. So and they weren't not too hard on you if you're a foreigner, but I can't think of any. Oh, we'll tell you this story. Okay, so like the out of control Gaijin is what Sean Connery said. The part that he played to. Anyway, I kind of have I have a story where I was kind of the out of control Gaijin. Not really. I seemed that way, but anyway. So it was me, Anjar, my wife, and my son Reagan. He's I think 2 or 3 at the time. We went to Disney Sea. And for context, Disney Sea and Disneyland are right next to each other. It'd take you about 15 minutes to get from one park to the other, and that's like with the walking, maybe a little more than that, but it's like a quick train ride. Anyway, so we go to, I had planned for us to go for 2 days to Disney Sea because I just heard amazing things about it. So we get there, we get to the front of the line, and then I got my ticket on my phone, and I scan on the ticket, and it gives me the and I say, what's going on? And then the ticket taker kind of looks at the ticket, and then she's like, oh, and then she shows it to me, and I'm looking at it, I go, motherfucker, because I look at it, I realize I had accidentally bought a ticket to Disneyland instead of Disney Sea, and like I said, they're like right next to each other. It's by the way, I wasn't angry. It was more like a stupid moment, like, oh, I'm a dummy. Which is what like a normal civilized human being would have said if they're at Disney Sea. But out of my mouth it came out as motherfucker. And then the lady goes, oh, and calls the supervisor over. They weren't like. It's not like they were mad at me or anything. They were like trying to like figure out how to solve the problem. Like, oh no, this guy's out of control. And like,
trying to get control of him before it spills over.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to look like they were trying to do something about it. And the thing is, like, I wasn't angry, and I felt super embarrassed. Like as soon as I said it, because I realized the context of like where I am, and it's like after that they start working really hard. I'm like, oh no, it's okay, it's no problem. We will go down to Disneyland, and it's 15 minutes that way. We'll spend a day at Disneyland. It'll be fine. But yeah. Did you go to Disneyland? We did go to Disneyland. Yeah. Like I said, it's a short train ride from Disney Sea. The parks are right next to each other. So and we had fun. It was fine. Spent one day at Disneyland, one day at Disney Sea, and pro tip: if you have 2 days to spend there, spend them both at Disney Sea because it's just that much better.
Oh.
But
nice.
Disneyland's also cool too. They're both good.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah. What?
we have some quotables, unless you have anything else you wanted to mention about the movie.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair. I like the movie. It's a good. I guess it's a good flick. It's like just turn on and it's fun, even though the girl gets choked to death.
I still don't understand. Why did she get choked to death?
Oh, okay. So let's see here. Let's unpack this. So. Yeah, I'm confused too now.
Yeah.
So
I'm
gonna have to watch it. I have to watch it again.
Yeah, like you said, the plot itself, the reveals, everything, they're not that big. They're not that great. They're not that important. It's really... I think a lot of the time it's not as important as the dynamic between the people. I guess what I meant by this could have been something like L.A. Confident. I mean, Usual Suspects, is that it had the makings. It could have just been cleaned up, produced, or developed more. And the reveal of Eddie could have been something special if they developed the characters and everything a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was a small movie. Kind of had a lot packed into it, but they didn't. They kept the focus on what works. They didn't take it as far as they could have, I guess, with the relationship between the two fellas. Which is why I'm gonna be starting a GoFundMe to pitch the remake.
I was just gonna say let's do it. Let's do a remake.
Oh, so it'll be an anime remake. We're gonna call it Senpai Kohai Apple Pie.
Sorry, I ruined your joke. Okay, interesting.
That's okay. Might be that other kind of Japanese animation.
Yeah.
But quotables. Got them here. Okay. No, I don't have them. Where'd they go? Here. Yes. So Lieutenant Graham, when he's going into the elevator, the guy says, "You come down already," and he says, "Now I go back up. Maybe come down and go up 10 more times." Like I said, everything that comes out of his mouth should piss me off, but he's just the way he says it. It's like, oh, he's so charming. Get his ass, not his passport. Also, Lieutenant Graham. Yeah. Never underestimate your opponent. Never take what he offers you. Senpai, of course.
Sorry, really quick. That was a missed opportunity too, because later he gets offered something. I forget what. It could have been, I don't know, forget it. I'm just gonna stop dogging on the movie. There's a lot of opportunities.
Get away with this? They won't get away with this. I am very, very Okota. You can guess who that was. Senpai, apple pie, whatever you want me to call you. We have a murder here, and I want to solve it. Lieutenant Smith, Webb Smith. Rough neighborhoods may be America's last advantage. Also Lieutenant Smith.
Oh, that was so bad. He just rolls up into the hood, and because he's black and played football, they're on his side.
Yeah, well, it seemed like I don't know if he was from that neighborhood, but they knew him. So,
No,
yeah.
they're like, Spider, 48 touchdowns or 47 touchdowns and this and that, and it's like 48. And hey, y'all, I need your help. Like, what?
Yeah, I guess the scene that followed was kind of a throwaway scene. It's like just silly, like when
Yeah.
when the Japanese guys are driving through there, and yeah. But okay,
I like the idea of the setup. I like the idea that he rolls up. It feels right, like America. This angle to it, and it just was kind of stupid.
That he knew them all.
Like they didn't. Again, they didn't develop it enough.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorites. In that same scene, he says, "If you hear me say, 'Can I be of assistance?' It's too late. You can kiss your little ass goodbye."
Armani? Giorgio.
You doing all right? Yeah. So, I feel like the director is sort of a thoughtful dude. Let's see.
I blame his directing. I think he was doing well with the writing. I just blame his. I think he's a thoughtful dude, like you're saying, but he didn't have the vision. But like again, it's just a small movie, like you said. It's like it's not something to get bent out of shape about.
Yeah. Besides, we're gonna remake it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, do we have anything else you want to add? Have any favorite quotes?
Favorite what?
Favorite quotes.
Let's see. No, I'll note some next time. I'm sure there were when I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, I remember this soundtrack. And when I say soundtrack, I just mean like the audio. And that's how, like, I remember if I liked the movie, like, just kind of hearing them say certain, like, senpai, apple pie, whatever you want to call me. Like, I remember these things. So, there's a charm for sure.
Yeah.
I like the scope of things. Like, showing the whole tower before they go in and how it's spotlit.
Yeah. I want to say it wasn't an expensive movie to make, but they probably spent a buttload on Sean Connery and probably Wesley Snipes too. But production-wise, like, they could have made this pretty cheap. Yeah.
Carol said that you remind her of Sean Connery.
Really?
Yeah. I like his haircut in that movie. He had that kind of like really short, like it just looks good with that kind of short, chopped look.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was pretty scruffy in this movie. Like he had hair all the way up to his cheeks. But unfortunately, we don't have him anymore. He can't be in our remake.
Yeah.
Unless we AI him.
Yeah. Totally is the thing. I wonder if people are going to start doing like remixes, like re-edits of movies with AI. Like they wish the scene went like this. I mean, you just see so much of that kind of stuff now with AI. Like a fixed version 2026, and then
yeah.
I don't know. It might be fun.
I want less AI. I don't want more AI, especially in videos. I mean, it just looks gross.
Yeah. Have you seen things like a lot of Star Wars fan films? Have you seen that stuff?
No. Huh.
Yeah. They're like I don't even remember what. There's like Luke, like when in his younger years when he's going through, between episode 5 and 6, like his life between that. I don't know. But it's pretty entertaining to see, like it's pretty interesting to see how well AI. I'm actually not a proponent of AI, but it's also very interesting to see AI, like giving it a script and using it to kind of develop something, is pretty interesting to see how you can actually get like an actual movie out of it.
Yeah, we should. I don't know if we run out of Asian movies, we should start doing movies about like technology, AI, stuff like that. How how it's been depicted through the years.
Yeah.
But let's wrap this up, and then we can
Okay.
talk offline, get all this gear off. But thank you all for joining us. I don't have a camera. But thank you all for joining us. If you like this movie, go watch it again. But if you like this video that we just made, please give it a like so other people could find it too. And if you enjoyed this channel, please consider becoming a subscriber. We would love to have you, and we're going to make much more of these videos for your entertainment. So until next time, take care.
Bye.